I grew up in a small town in Europe where big dreams felt unrealistic. America wasn't something I could just visit whenever I wanted. It was something I saw only on TV, in movies, or through social media, but I refused to stay stuck. I worked hard. I saved every single euro. I sacrificed comfort, shopping, and free time just to buy a ticket and finally see America with my own eyes. And I never expected this journey to challenge me the way it did. Life in my hometown was simple. Small streets, familiar people, the same routine every day. It felt safe, but limited. Every time I watched videos about New York or Los Angeles, I felt inspired. I kept telling myself, one day I will be there. So I started working more. Extra shifts, careful budgeting, tracking every expense. Sometimes I looked at my bank account and wondered, is this worth it? But I kept going because this trip meant freedom. Applying for my visa was one of the most stressful moments. The interview felt like a test that could destroy my dream. The officer asked, "Why do you want to go to America? How long will you stay? Do you plan to come back?" My hands were shaking. Seconds felt like hours. And then he approved it. I walked out of the building and almost cried from relief, but the stress didn't end there. A few weeks before my trip, something unexpected happened. An important payment appeared that I didn't calculate properly. Suddenly, my savings dropped. I panicked. What if my money runs out? What if something goes wrong? For a moment, I considered canceling, but I reminded myself, I worked too hard to give up now. I adjusted my budget and kept moving forward, and finally, the day came. When the plane landed, my heart was racing. I kept repeating, this is real. The airport was huge. People were moving fast. Everything felt loud and overwhelming. An airport worker explained directions to me very quickly. I understood only part of it. I smiled, but inside I felt lost. That was my first culture shock. Outside, I expected movie magic. Instead, traffic, noise, massive roads. The taxi driver asked, "First time in the US?" I said yes. He smiled and replied, "Get ready, it's different from what you see online." And he was right. After a few days, reality started sinking in. I saw confident people, busy people, people who seemed like they belonged, and I started questioning myself. Do I really belong here? Am I good enough? There was one night when I sat alone and thought about home. I felt proud, but also scared, because growth means discomfort, and discomfort means change. When my trip ended, I wasn't the same person anymore. I came back with more confidence, more clarity, and bigger ambitions. This journey wasn't about perfection. It was about proving to myself that if I work hard enough, my dreams are possible. Sometimes the biggest transformation happens when you leave everything familiar and dare to explore the unknown. This trip taught me something important. It showed me that fear should not stop me. It showed me that growth happens when you step into the unknown. And I realized something powerful. I am brave enough to explore places I've never been before. But this was only the beginning of my journey. I know I will come back, because America is no longer just a dream for me. It is now part of my story. And after this experience, I decided to travel to another city in the United States to continue my adventure.